What's up, guys? Today we're going to be going over 75311, the Imperial Armored Marauder. So if you're not familiar with that name, it's essentially the Imperial troop transport, like the weaponized variant that you saw in Mando Season 2 when Cara Dune, Greef Karga, and Mando broke into an Imperial facility on Navarro. So that might make you a little bit more familiar with it. Its alternate version was seen in the Mando Season 1 finale, but that one is primarily a troop carrier. But today we're going to be going over the Armored Marauder, and first we're going to start with the minifigures. So starting with Greef Karga, overall this figure looks amazing, and it's real accurate to what he looks like in Mando Season 2. They really nailed the robe and the design that's going down the robe. They have the nice rivets or whatever holds that sash going across his chest. And then they have the nice dark red arms going there. And then they even have the printing going onto that belt/groin piece and then going onto the legs down there. But you can see also the fine intricate detail going onto the vest that's underneath his robe there. And then the backside doesn't have much for printing, but it looks okay. He comes with a nice face print and a nice hair mold, and he unfortunately doesn't come with any alternative expression. So next we're going over the Mortar Trooper, but really quickly we're going to go over his little mortar. It's a nice neat little build. It looks like a mortar. It has a bipod to help stabilize, and then the barrel where you shove the mortars down. Looks real good. But the figure itself is something people were incredibly excited for. So this is the first ever artillery Mortar Trooper we got. They have the nice yellow stripe going down that covers the entire mouth and goes down over the entire chin area. So he does come with a nice yellow pauldron. I do think I put mine on wrong, and it should be over the backpack piece. That's why mine's hanging so far up front, but it looks real nice on there. And then going on to his chest print, it continues the design that's on the helmet, pretty much almost the exact same. The stripe going down and then widening towards the bottom. Then he has the standard Stormtrooper armor underneath that print there, the belt going down. The yellow continues down onto one kneecap and then just down on the legs there. And then on the backside there, you do have his backpack right there, and then you do have some back printing underneath him as well for another little backpack that he's holding onto. The backpack is made out of just 2 lightsaber hilts and then 2 clips. And then the set comes with 2 standard Stormtroopers that we've been getting for a while now, so I won't go over them too much, but they look good. I know a lot of people don't really like this new helmet mold, but I don't think it looks too bad. From the side, it doesn't look most pleasant, but from the front, it doesn't look horrible. But pretty standard Stormtrooper. They each come with their own blaster. Greef Karga gets his own blaster pistol, and then the Artillery Trooper only gets the mortar as his weapon. So now that we've taken care of the minifigures, we can go ahead and go over this Armored Marauder. And one thing I have to say right at the start is LEGO absolutely killed this set. This is a perfect playset in almost every regard. It covers amazing figures. It has tons of action features. So me as a modder and having played with Legos for so long, you look at a set and you already know how you want to mod it because you know how it's built, you know how it all goes together. But with this one here, it's perfect. I don't know what I want to do with this. And if you recall from previous videos, I'm not a land vehicle guy. I don't typically go for ground tanks and things that don't fly, but this thing is just too perfect to pass up. But since we're going over it, we may as well start with the exterior, and they absolutely killed the exterior along with, like I said, the rest of this set. The entire shaping for this vehicle is absolutely perfect. They slope it up great in the front here. They slope it up great on this bottom half to help support these arms that have the weapons and the storage in there. They really nailed the entire shape of this vehicle. The overall silhouette looks like the silhouette of the vehicle in universe. So you can see going over the entire exterior, it's a very nice mix of studs and then tiled portions. They do it well with all the slopes going around on this front end to help curve this front end towards the pilot seat here. On the top, they have the nice gray outline outlining that interior area there. It's overall a nice mix of colors. When I saw the photos of this set, at first I was a little iffy on the color scheme, but now that I have it in my hands, I think they absolutely killed it. It's a nice blend of dark gray and light gray, and then you have the little bit of the tan peeking through here or there. But more specifically on the play features that are on the exterior, up at the front we do have a few stud shooters, and standard stud shooters shoot them out. They do give you extra stud shooters to hold in some storage bins that are on both arms on either side of the Marauder. And those bins can hold 2 studs each, 3 if you really cram it and you don't want the lid to sit on oh so tight. But just ahead of this storage here, you actually do have some swivel cannons, and they spin all the way around. They don't stay pointing forward too well, so you might want to add a cheese slope or 2 on the side there to help point it forward always. But it is nice that they move around so you can't have your gunners start firing at side targets while you focus ahead. And then going up to the top here, they have the lid to the pilot seat. They have a nice hatch that is just what it is, a hatch where you can sit a minifigure up top. They have the lid to the main interior compartment, and then they have this rear turret, which also has 2 stud shooters on it. And then this right side over here is the same as this left side, so we won't go over it. But now we'll head on to this rear side, and this is where you see the engines, and then the rear interior space. But continuing the same style of all over the ship, a nice mix of studs and then smooth portions back here. Some nice cheese slopes that smooth into the engines. Got 6 studs to represent that, and it looks really good. It looks real accurate to what it looks like in universe. But other than that, that pretty much covers all the exterior play features, and 6 cannons on the exterior plus 2 storage compartments I'd say is pretty good. So now that we covered the entire exterior, let's go ahead and hit the interior, and we'll start up at the front. And starting up at the front, we'll fold up this top roof piece, and then we'll fold down this front piece, and this actually houses the controls for the entire craft for the pilot to hold on to. But folding those 2 pieces open is how you reveal this main interior space, and other than the pilot seat sitting in there, you don't have any extra detail in there, but you do have the controls sitting on that front door. And then moving just behind this pilot seat, we actually do have the entrance doors on either side, and it does make for a nice little corridor going through. But in there, you don't have any details. You do have those studs on the side to help stop the door from folding all the way in, both the top and bottom. And it comes together for a pretty clean look, honestly. So continuing down the interior, the next hatch we fold open reveals this main transport area where you have 2 seats for minifigures. And this door works great in play, but I'll be honest, when I'm playing with it and I really want to get my figs in there, I'll honestly just pop off this hatch and then it clears it up a whole lot easier. So I went ahead and tore off the roof piece so you can get a better look in there. But just like the pilot seat up front, there's not much other detail on that inside other than the 2 minifigure seats. And I will say, despite the mortar trooper having a big backpack, he can sit comfortably in this rear seat. And then just behind the seats back there, you do actually see 1 extra seat sitting in the dark back there, and that's for the gunner seat. So to access that portion of the interior, we're going to go ahead and fold down this rear door that we saw earlier, and then it reveals our gunner position. But on the inside of this gunner seat, it is actually half a clear cylinder, and I really like how that looks. It provides some realism to the ship on the inside that the gunner would be sealed away until he turns the seat around to disembark. But it looks absolutely phenomenal. And then they have the pilot seat in there. It doesn't have any controls to hold on to like that front door, but it still looks real great. So this rear turret we saw earlier does have some rotatability. It's not much, but you can very easily increase it by popping off this gray piece on the inside. So I popped off that gray piece, and now this gunner seat can rotate all the way around, and you can close the rear door and rotate it all the way around. I don't know why LEGO didn't do this originally, but it's a quick little mod. You just peel off 1 piece and you're good to go. But other than that, we already hit the engines and everything going over the exterior. We have the nice storage. We have plenty of interior space that fits all your figures from the set. So going on to my opinion again, I just want to say, LEGO, you guys absolutely killed this set. It is a perfect playset in every regard. You've got amazing figures. You have space for every single figure inside the set. You have 2 nice little neat things of storage, 4 stud shooters, and then 2 extra rotatable cannons. Plenty of hatches to open up, a hatch on top. Like, LEGO really packed this full, and it's such a small build, and it looks so accurate. So I just wanted to go ahead and say that, because I know the LEGO Star Wars community has been a little harsh towards LEGO recently, and I think it's important that we highlight things that LEGO does right, and this entire set is something that they did right. Alrighty guys, well I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this set if you did pick it up on this new wave. And I hope you guys hold it in such a high regard like I do. I think it's amazing, and if you haven't gotten one, it's a real good set to go and get. It's good play features, you get good minifigures. It could even be considered an army builder almost. But I hope you guys did enjoy. Be on the lookout for a potential mod video for this. Even though I said I don't quite know what I'm going to do, I always end up somewhere, so we'll see what I come up with. I'll see you guys next time. Peace, fellas.